Hello everyone, welcome back to our first official episode of Queen City Unleashed. So excited to be here. My name is Shea Lushina.
And I'm his partner in crime, KJ.
And we're excited. We want to let y'all get to know us in this first episode, get to learn what we're about, how we got to Charlotte, what our hopes and dreams are for this podcast, kind of how we came to be. We got some fun icebreaker questions, so we're excited to get started.
Absolutely. We just want to be best friends with you guys, man. We want you to know everything about us so we can know everything about you.
Not everything. Not everything.
Everything.
KJ and I know each other well. We've known each other for a couple years, so and we just, from the minute we met, we just kind of clicked. So we want y'all to see that. We want that to come through, but also want to share a little bit about you guys so you know where we're coming from. So our first thing, really, KJ, how did you get to Charlotte? Your journey here, coming here, what do you do? Who is KJ?
Who is KJ? 2 letters, K and a J. I got to Charlotte. I went to Queens University. Queens University is in Myers Park area of Charlotte, that kind of thing. And so I went to school for sports and academics, obviously.
He's a hooper. He's a hooper's hooper.
Hooper and a track star.
Oh.
That's the biggest thing.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Oh, my gosh. Let's not go that far, please. You know he made a lot of money off that song, right?
I'm sure he did.
One-hit wonders are still alive today.
We might have to throw that into an icebreaker question. Our favorite one-hit wonder.
I'm dead. But yeah, man, I came to Queens University. That's how I ended up in Charlotte.
Okay. I went to Virginia Tech. I'm from Richmond originally, and then went to Virginia Tech, went to Chapel Hill for graduate school, and then got a job here in the city. So moved down here, coming up on 4 years. May 9th.
We call him Money Man.
Hey, there is no money over here.
Money Man.
Not over here, sir.
We talking about blowing it.
No, sir.
Absolutely.
But we got here right in the middle of the pandemic, so us getting to know the city was kind of tough because we got here and everything was shut down, and so it wasn't really till probably like mid to late 2021 where things started to open back up that we actually got to get out and really start to see what the city had to offer. But man, my wife and I, we love it. It's such a good city. It's young, it's new, it's clean. You know, no knocks to all the other good cities out there, but the city's clean.
Right, yeah.
So we're excited to talk about, you know, what we do around here. I'm in healthcare, and that's what I studied for my master's, and so I get to do that in my day job. But outside of that, I like to have some fun, hang out with KJ and my other friends, and you know, Charlotte's got a brewery on every other corner, so I'm sure you can find us at one of those spots on a weekend. But
you need to talk about how we met, man.
Oh yeah, so KJ and I met at church, almost 3 years ago.
Time flying. That's crazy.
It's been a minute.
Time flying.
It's been a minute. I told KJ I was holding this story till we did the podcast, but my wife started taking pictures, volunteering at the church, and I'd go in there, and there was KJ and another guy in there, and KJ and I just he just made me laugh. And one of the Sundays I walked out of church, I told my wife, I said, he's going to be my friend. I said, I don't know what I have to do to make him my friend. I said, but he and I are going to be friends. Now, this is like my little bro. Like, it's been great. We have a good time together.
Yeah, man, we got good chemistry, man. It's a good relationship.
Oh, yeah. He's the little brother. I have a brother already that I love. So he's not the little brother I never had, but, you know, he's a little brother I like a lot.
At least I'm in the family now. That's the big thing.
For sure.
Met all three of them. It's 3, right? It's 3 of y'all.
Yeah, it's 3 of us.
I was about to say brother and a sister.
Yeah, brother, sister, and the parents. What part of you're originally from North Carolina?
I'm from East North Carolina, so I'm from Wilson, North Carolina. It's closer to Raleigh, even Greenville, North Carolina, where East Carolina University is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm from Richmond. For those who know, Virginia, the capital of the state. So yeah, right there in the heart of it, and love Charlotte now. People ask me all the time, "You going back to Richmond?" It's like, no, I love the city here and what it has to offer, and I think there's a lot of good here, a lot of good people, a lot of good culture.
No, that's true.
And so part of what we want to do here on this podcast is expose that culture. I took a road trip last year and people were saying, oh, Baltimore is known for this, Philly's known for this, and trying to pinpoint like what is Charlotte known for. But I think it's one of the beauties of it. It's a melting pot of migrants from all around the country. Nobody in Charlotte's from Charlotte for the most part. You find them, they're unicorns. So
no, that's real. I want to talk about how we got into this, man, and why we're doing this, you know?
KJ, so this was just supposed to happen, whether you call it Providence, God, the universe, whatever you believe in. But KJ and I, over a year ago, because we have this chemistry where we're laughing, we see each other, we're always joking. And people look at us like, y'all are crazy. And I said, man, we'd be great on a podcast.
Before we continue with that story, you want to talk about crazy, man. We went out to lunch one time. We had 3 families move tables behind us, like from lunch. Like next thing you know, we just bust out laughing at a joke or something that happened. And next thing you know, we see one family get up and leave. I'm like, well.
First off, it was 2 families. And we cannot guarantee that it was us because that corner, I think, was also kind of cold. So we don't know if it was us, but it may or may not have been us.
It was us for sure, no doubt, man. It was nothing but laughter. Every time we laughed, man, they just left. Like that was the only thing there.
And the thing is, we just find the most random things funny between the 2 of us. So when we had this idea for a podcast, we kind of said it and then like, all right, forget it. And we said it kind of in jest. Like it wasn't super.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a plan for what we wanted to talk about.
No, we just said we want to do a podcast. That was it.
And so for me, a podcast is something that I've always wanted to do. I can talk, like for better or worse, it's been one of my traits my whole life, and I've always wanted to talk about something, but I wanted it to be something that was genuine and that I cared about. I didn't want it to be about work because I do work full time, and so I want to be able to talk about something else. And about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a moment. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, I know exactly what I want to do. I told my wife, I'm like, this is a podcast idea I'm thinking about. And one thing all my friends who know me know I love being here in Charlotte. Like it just makes me so happy and the life we've gotten to build here. And I love bragging about the city and trying to tell people, oh, you should go to this spot. Or got a whole list of restaurants and things. So if you're coming to the city, I tell my friends, like, hit this spot. What kind of food are you looking for? So I told my wife, I said, baby, I got the idea for the podcast. Who do you think I'm thinking about doing it with? Her first guess, no lie, KJ. So I said, oh, shoot. I said, I need to call him. I texted KJ, I said, hey, you got a minute to talk? He was like, what's up? I call him, and I'm like, hey, I got this idea for a podcast. This is the content. And then I'm going to let him tell the other side because this is how you just know what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. So it's funny because he said he was thinking about it. What, were you thinking about it the night before or the week prior? Like
no, it was like that day.
Day.
I called you was the day I was thinking about it.
So the day he called me, I was hearing him talking about all this stuff about like wanting to do the podcast. He was telling me what it could be about, that kind of stuff. And I was like, dude, stop it. Like you're doing too much because a couple days prior to when he called me, I was just thinking about him and doing the podcast because we talked about it a year prior. I'm like, we need to do this thing, man. And then 2 days later, he calls me about it. And I'm just like, oh, that's ridiculous.
It was crazy. That's
ridiculous.
He said that. I was on my way to the gym and I was just like, oh, that might have been one of the best workouts I've had this year because I was like so in the zone. I was like, crazy. Oh my gosh, like we're in sync. Like, it was perfect. So from that moment forward, we've been trying to figure it out. Trying to come up with the name and planning everything, and we're supposed to start the first shoot a week ago, but Charlotte and the pollen got us both.
The pollen here, it's ridiculous.
I love the city, but man,
I think he passed it to me through the phone.
Oh my goodness.
He called me saying he was sick, not feeling the best. I was feeling 100%. I was good. He was like, man, we might, and the next day I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a little woozy.
This is not me. This is not Soulja Boy. This is not Soulja Boy through the phone. This is not what we're doing.
Oh my God.
But about the podcast, we really want this to be a podcast for all the people of Charlotte, whether you're in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, you're in Ballantyne, you're in Huntersville, Matthews, wherever you are in Charlotte. If you call Charlotte home, we want this podcast to be for you. And for people who are outside the city, if you're visiting, if you're anywhere interested in coming to Charlotte and you want to know, we want this to be a podcast where you can come and look at some of our content, see, hey, where are these guys saying I can go for the best chicken sandwich? Or if I want to go to a pop-up comedy show, where do I go? And we really want to be here for everyone. We get to interview people, which is going to be a lot of fun.
That's going to be the cool thing, man. Legit, just hearing from people that literally are in Charlotte, that own businesses, that have a lot of events going on. This is literally the hub for all types of information of things that if you love to do certain things, you know where to go. We're here, and we're here to give you that and provide that for you.
Charlotte has, I want to give kudos to a lot of the different media outlets that Charlotte has that do a great job of writing and documenting all the different events and stuff that happen. And they do a great job at that part. We want to talk to the people who are running it. So you hear about this event or this festival from one of these other social media sites. That's great. We want you to come and talk to us so we can tell you, hey, here's the person who runs it. Like, this is what goes into it. This is how they got started. You like this restaurant that's on this list? We're going to talk to the chef who's the one making all the food for you, so you can hear behind it. So we want what we're doing to complement the good work that a lot of these other social media sites in Charlotte, these other hubs, what they're doing. So we're not in competition with them. Want to show love to them, because a lot of what I know moving to the city, I got from a lot of these places. So a lot of my knowledge of what's happening in the city, where the moves in the city come from them.
He knows so much more than I do, and I've been here for 7 years. I've been here so much longer than he has, and he just knows so much more than I do.
Yeah, we just run in different circles. KJ knows people. KJ, we'll get into it, but like, one of us was in a commercial for the pro sports team here, and it wasn't me. I'm just saying, it was not me. So
when you know people, and they know what you can do, and so they want to bring you on.
Hey, let's get into the icebreakers.
Go ahead, man.
So, what do you like to do for fun in the city? You've been here for 7 years. I've been here for 4. Well, what do you like to do?
Dude, I'm going to just be honest. I'm a huge mini golf fan. Like,
I did not know this. I genuinely did not know this.
I love mini golf, bro.
Where do you go mini golf?
I go to Frankie's, man. It's a not an amusement park, but like more of like an arcade mix, that kind of thing.
Shout out Frankie's.
Frankie's, yes. You
Where's
do it
Frankie's?
right. Frankie's in University area, man.
Oh, okay. See, and this is what we mean. I need to do a better job of getting out of my bubble of Charlotte Central. KJ does a better job of that. KJ will get out to the different necks of the woods.
I love the outskirts, man. The outskirts are the hidden gems, man.
Oh, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Okay. So, you ever been to a Stroke out at
yes, I've been there too.
Plaza Midwood?
Absolutely.
And Puttery?
I've been to Puttery too.
Okay. We're going to have to check out Frankie's.
Have you been to there's like a Monster one too?
I've seen the ads for it. I've never been.
That's actually pretty good.
Okay.
That's really good, man.
So maybe we'll get some people from these indoor putt-putt places.
No doubt. Please. Come on board.
And definitely Queen City Unleashed putt-putt competition is going to have to happen.
It's going to have to happen.
It's going to have to happen. Because my family, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, my family, whenever we go on vacation, no matter where it is, somehow we always end up in a mini golf competition. I ain't never won.
What are we talking about? Mini golf? Like, there's like
the whole family
awards.
It's the whole family. So me, my 2 siblings, my parents, and now my wife, and this has been going on before we even got married. We find a place and we all go and play the 18
y'all keeping
holes.
Score.
It's hardcore. Like,
my
there's tension sometimes at the end. We've had some controversial endings.
Funny.
I've never won, and the sad part is I'm the only person who golfs. So I mean, I'm not a good golfer. Also, I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm not a good golfer, but
he got his polos though. So don't let him fool you. Cause he'll come out here and hit you with something serious, and then you be like, "Okay, I thought you said you wasn't a good golfer."
Look, if you can't play good, at least feel good the way you dress.
I'm dead.
Feel confident in something. I cannot be confident in my play and my wardrobe. So one of the two things gotta help me feel good.
Well, our families are complete opposites. Cause my family, we're like, "Oh, you can hit that. You can you got it." We're so supportive.
No, we got the whole taking the club. If it's too close to the wall, you gotta give it
the
one club length out. Like it's a whole thing. Like my brother had a ball one year stuck under the bridge. We made him, instead of taking the drop, he didn't want to take the extra stroke. He got under it and like shot it like a pool stick out. Controversial. And he ended up winning that year. I was hot.
That is wild.
Didn't really matter for me because I wasn't in contention, but my wife was. So I really wanted her to win.
She wasn't in contention. I'm dead.
I'm telling you, I'm no good.
Well, talking about what my favorite thing is, what is yours, man?
I'm as social as it gets. My favorite things to do in the city are really when my friends text me randomly on a Saturday and say, "Hey, let's just go make moves," and we'll end up at a brewery, hanging out. Also really fall in love with pop-up comedy. Charlotte's got a really unique comedy scene, and so there are a couple different groups that do pop-up comedy, so we like to go to those. It's a lot of fun. I would tell you, nothing like hour to 2 hours of laughter at the end of a hard week.
Yeah, even if they're, I don't want to talk about people's skill level, man. We support everybody that steps on that stage because it's a hard job, bro. It's really hard.
I don't know if I say everybody, but you know, we show love. We show love because look, I understand. I got a lot of love for comics. I've gotten to know some, going to a lot of these things, and the craft of comedy is hard. It is so hard. You know, we're gonna have to get a comedian or two on here to talk about the craft, because they are some of the best storytellers. And even if their comedy isn't for you, it's for somebody, and the craft that goes into it, I got a lot of respect. So I respect them all. I support them all from the craft that they do. Yes. Some people just, it's not my cup of tea. Like, just like I might not be your cup of tea, but we hope that what we bring to you is a cup of tea for somebody out there.
Absolutely.
All right. So we both like to eat. Like, we're going to find our way to eat.
Oh, my God.
So let's talk about favorite restaurants, but I feel like there's categories. So, like, your favorite, you got, like, fancy anniversary date night. What restaurant? Give me one or two restaurants. I feel like one is hard.
I'm going to Del Fresco's, man.
For your fancy?
For my fancy.
I still haven't been.
I'm going to Del Fresco's or Epic Chopped House. They're the same. They're in the same ballpark.
Okay.
Same thing, right?
Okay, we talking steakhouse?
Steakhouse, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where I'm going. One thing that you have to get, it's worth it. It's $18, but the bacon. Oh my goodness!
Wait, you just order a plate of bacon?
Bro, I mean, when you get it a part of the meal, it's like one of the appetizers. You know what I'm saying?
You get just a plate of bacon for an appetizer?
Yeah. Well, it's not the only thing. It's shareables, right? You got a lot of different items, but the bacon. You see how you try to play me, y'all, right? That's what he does on a day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis, he always trying to call me out when I'm trying to give y'all some insights, all right? But the bacon.
Okay. All right. This at Del Frisco's.
Del Frisco's.
All right, we got to pull up and get me some bacon.
No, for real.
For me, I'm trying to think fanciest places, like a fancy date night. Chima. Have you been to Chima?
I haven't been to Chima, but I heard it was good.
All you can eat Brazilian steakhouse. It's good. It's good. Like, it's real good. It's real good food. Another one that I'll say that I enjoy for a nice night out, MOA. Have you been to MOA Korean barbecue?
Yeah.
It's the little cooking in front of you
situation.
It's good. Like, it's good. I like it. And I'll be honest, we don't do a lot of fancy restaurants because both of us are really low key. So now let's get into like a nice restaurant that's not like super fancy, but like a restaurant we can find you at more often, like on the regular.
See that I'm trying to think outside the box because I don't want to go and see something that's really like a big chain, right? Because there's a lot of local spots here that, you know. Because my first thing was gonna be Outback. Give me the blooming onion, give me some good old bread. Yeah, I'm good. Call it a night.
Through this podcast, we're gonna get KJ hooked on some Charlotte staples for a regular casual night out.
That's crazy.
I got a few for you.
That's crazy. Well, my thing was I was gonna say Emmy Square is a great place.
That's the pizza spot. Is there one in South End?
There's one in South End.
Yeah, I had that. I had that before. That was good.
That's actually a pretty solid spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Give me something else.
Hawker's pretty good. To me, that's great food.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Shout out Hawker's.
Hawker's, you get your shout out because I want y'all to shout me out to say, hey, get you a free meal.
I actually got a friend at Hawker's. We might be able to make that happen.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she came. You met her, I think. I think you met her before. We can make that happen.
I might have. Let's do this, please. Let's make it ASAP.
Hawker's. Ruru's Tacos.
Oh, okay.
If you know me,
okay,
and you've talked food with me, Ruru's Tacos at the top of the list. I go in there, people look at menus trying to figure it out. It's the same thing. I'm even tell you the order. It is a stage 5 clinger taco. That's the crispy chicken with jalapenos, fat guy in a little coat, and a good looking Louis. 3 tacos is all I need in there. I'm good. They have the Billy Ray Valentine. I think they got this chorizo queso. Then they got a frozen marg. Same order every single time. Never misses.
Okay. I'm really a big fan of their desserts, though, if I'm being honest.
The churros.
Yeah, the churros.
Remember when we got the churros for free?
Those were...
No, did we get them for free or we bought the... I was in there recently and they gave me churros for free because I brought somebody new in.
I was about to say, I don't think we got them for free that one time.
No, it was with some other friends. We went in for the first time I took them and we got some free churros.
Their desserts are top notch, bro. The tres leches, oh my... Ooh. I'm trying to tell you.
See, he knows. He knows.
That-
Ruse
yeah,
is
that
like
hit,
that.
That hit different. I'm gonna
Ruse
tell
is
you.
like that.
All right, so what about your casual spots, man? We kicking it back down a notch again.
Okay, all right. Rayleigh Thai on South Boulevard.
Okay.
I love Thai food. I grew up Thai food. For some reason, we go on vacation anywhere. My mom and I were gonna find a Thai restaurant to eat at. Like
Okay.
it's just the most random thing, but we love Thai food. So Rayleigh's Thai food on South Boulevard is a spot we go to. Trying to think, where else are we going for? Certain places like pick up food. So Craven Caribbean is out of a food hall over here on the west side of Charlotte. That's really good. We'll stop in there. Cuzzo's Cuisine. You want some good soul food?
They got Cuzzos in it, man.
Oh my goodness!
Come on, man.
And it tastes like somebody's cousin is back there in the sandals on the grill. It is,
Bruh, I ain't trying to judge nobody, but if you got your toes out while you cooking in the kitchen, that's how you know the food good.
it slaps.
I ain't even gonna-
It slaps.
That's crazy.
Bad Daddy's, another
Bad
spot
Daddy's
that we'll
is
pull
pretty
up
solid.
to.
Yeah.
I like Bad Daddy's, and then I think there's a new breakfast place that we started pulling up to, Uptown Yoke. Is new. Have you been?
Uptown Yoke is
Have you been?
amazing. Yes.
I've been twice.
Uptown Yoke is amazing.
I finished the food and I'm like,
That's
that's it.
Is we getting another plate coming out?
Yeah.
Please? No, for real. Yeah.
You've been.
I've been. Yes.
It's good. It's good. I feel like brunch spots are underrated.
Yeah.
Like there's some more brunch spots coming up that I'm excited about.
No doubt.
You got a brunch spot you like?
Have you been to Easy Like Sunday?
No, not yet.
That's a great spot
Okay,
too.
okay.
Yeah. I think, and there's another spot that's in the Myers Park area, man. I can't remember the name of
Cafe
it.
Monte?
Yes.
Come on. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Cafe Monte is. I was there for lunch a couple weeks ago. I had the smoked salmon, eggs Benedict.
No, the smoked salmon though. Oh my.
It's good.
I was
good.
put on probably about my junior year of college, man.
It's good.
Yo,
It's good.
That junk was wild.
It's good food.
Yeah.
It's good food. I would tell you another good brunch place, and I need to go back for dinner, but I have my birthday brunch there. Spot called Coquette.
I don't think I've been there.
Uptown. It's newer. It's a French spot. Chef did a great job. You want to talk about hospitable people. It was 18 of us. They took care of all of us. Food was spectacular. Everybody got a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody said their food was good and wanted to go
You
back.
ever been to Snooze Eatery?
I have. I like Snooze. There are a couple of them. There's the one in South End and
Yeah.
the one in the Plaza. My only thing with Snooze is, and y'all gonna learn this about me, I struggle with restaurants where I can't put my name down on a wait list.
Yes,
It's
I was just
nothing
about to say, you
against the
can't-
restaurant,
You can't reserve it. Yeah.
but Snooze, when are you going to Snooze? You going on a Saturday or Sunday around brunch time?
Exactly.
And if everyone's trying to go at that time, so I gotta get there, put my name on a wait list, and then go in physically and check in.
See,
And
that's
the food is always good.
See that the thing is for me, I have a unique schedule. That's why I love my schedule. I go on Friday mornings, so that's the best
There's
time.
nobody in there.
Exactly, that's the best time to go. Get your food quick. It's good. You ain't got to worry about waiting. None of that.
Some of us, our jobs are not as flexible as others. So,
Okay. Like I said earlier, he's the one that makes the money. Okay.
This is lies.
He
This is
makes the
lies.
money
This
out
is
of he the money maker.
This is
Absolutely.
lies.
We
It's
not
even
finna do
true.
this to. We supposed to tell the truth to these people, man.
Okay. All right. So trying to think dessert spots. Do you have dessert spots you like to go to?
Okay. If I think about a dessert spot, I'm thinking Two Scoops. Ice cream place. I'm a big
You're
fan
a
of
Two Scoops guy.
I'm a Two Scoops guy.
I'm a Jenny's.
You
guy.
like Jenny's?
Oh, through and through.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Jenny's too. But listen, y'all, we got to get more Jenny's out there because the lines just be too long.
That's true.
That's the only
true.
thing.
The line at Jenny's.
That's how you know the ice cream is good.
Hey.
Not even just the ice cream, the cone. Oh
The
my,
waffle-
the
the waffle
butter.
cone?
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, sometimes I go to Jenny not even for the ice cream.
Just
I
give
go
me the-
for like just the part of the cone that gets soaked in the ice cream. So by the time I get there, it's kind of soft.
That is hilarious.
It's so good. We used to live when we first got to the city. We
Yeah.
lived in South End. It'd be a random Tuesday night after work. We say, "Hey, let's go get Jenny's," and we just walk on over there. I miss moving from that area. It does break my heart a little bit because we're not so close.
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you another couple spots that I like. I don't know if you've been to 90s Milkshake Bar. That is actually really good.
Is that the one at University?
That's the one in University.
I drove up there once. I think we took some friends.
Yeah.
And we went up there. You almost had to roll me out of there. Like, it was... You want to talk about good, rich dessert?
There you go. Yes.
Loaded up.
Yes.
I love a good loaded dessert.
Yes, absolutely.
Ice cream is good, but give me ice cream with some candy in it and a brownie.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's good.
They mix things together well.
Yeah, that's a good pull.
Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. Just go. Make sure you go in the evening time. Don't go. I mean, obviously they open it like I think they open it like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know what time they're open.
Yeah, I don't eat ice cream there early. I typically do around like evening. But go evening time. That's when they put the elbow grease in for real.
The elbow grease.
That's when they put the elbow grease in there. Yeah.
I got another brunch spot for you that I just remembered. Milk Bread in Plaza.
I've been to Milk Bread. Yes, I've been to Milk Bread.
They got a jammy egg. I wasn't familiar with jammy egg, so I got to Charlotte and had it. Mm-hmm. Their biscuit, chicken, jammy egg.
Okay, let me tell you a spot where you can actually sit in Milk Bread. Okay. It's in Mooresville. It's a drive, but it's like 15.
You said Mooresville.
It's like 20 minutes from center Charlotte, legit.
And see, this is the part where we're talking about that I'm gonna need to eventually get out from the city.
No, I'm
because
trying
I
to
heard
tell
20
you.
minutes, and on the weekend when I'm traveling for food, if it's more than 15 minutes, I'm not going.
Oh my gosh.
So I need to do better. I need to do better. We got spoiled. Living in South End, we got spoiled. We could walk to 50
you can walk everywhere.
different restaurants. So like us getting in the car to drive places was like, we're not doing that.
That's wild.
So, okay. All right.
Have you been to the Bulgogi? Is it Bulgogi? I think it's Bulgogi.
Bulgogi Box?
Yes. You
In
been
South
there?
End?
Yeah, South End.
I love it. Small problem, and this is not on them. There is a spice in certain Asian cuisines that I'm allergic to that I haven't been able to identify what it is. Because it actually started in college. Chick-fil-A came out with their own like sriracha sauce, and I was like, oh, let me try this, and I kept eating it. And like throughout the weekend, I was like, oh, my tongue feels weird. Ooh. So I was like, what if I started eating differently? I was like, let me stop eating the sriracha sauce. My tongue was fine. First day I went right back to it. My tongue, and it's not painful. It just feels a little numb.
Is it a little itchy?
No, not even itchy. It just feels a little numb. And it just feels like when I'm talking, my tongue isn't like, it feels like it's slow. Moved to Charlotte. There, Bulgogi Box, they had a sauce. And they talk about a place that, shout out Soul Food right now. The Soul Food chicken wings are so good. If you don't know, now you know. But their spicy also has the same thing. So I remember we got a big split box, me and Altea. And I got into spicy. I'm like, oh, this is good. 3 wings in, my tongue started feeling, and I was like, oh, man. And I don't know because it's not in, I can eat regular sriracha. I don't know what it is inside the sauce. So eventually, I'll figure it out. But
no, that makes sense.
I don't know. I'm still bummed a little bit about it. But
yeah.
I do like Bulgogi Box.
I think, for me, I still love y'all. You can spice it up as much as you want. My tongue it can be numb and I'll still love you. I just want to let you know, okay?
This guy.
All
right.
Yeah.
Where are you at in Charlotte? Where can the people find you?
Okay, so I'm actually on the edge of Rock Hill in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I'm really on the border there. So it takes me like 20 minutes to get into the city if I need to do anything, which is not bad. I'm willing to drive. Unlike other people, they want to be 2 minutes down the road from it. So
I drive for work 5 days a week. So on the weekends and in my free time, I prefer to not have to drive.
It's not like that's just your job, man. I mean, like if you want to have a good spot to eat, you know what I'm saying? You gotta.
That's fair.
You gotta spend a couple miles out the city.
That's fair. Okay, where else have you lived? So you're there now. That's more recent. Where else have you lived? So Queens is in Myers Park area.
Yes.
A couple spots you've been in since then.
So I actually used to live at the Bryce in University area. That was my first apartment that I stayed in. And then I actually moved into a townhome, which is more so between South Boulevard and, is it Parker Road? It's not Parker Road. South Boulevard and
Tyvola area?
Tyvola, yes.
Yep. That's the one. That's the one I've come to a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I lived there for about a year. And I lived at the apartment that I was at first for about a couple years.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We started off right beside the Publix in South End. Shout out to a good pub sub because that's not on our list.
We
didn't put that on the list, but here in the South, if you got a good Publix near you, it's a game changer because a pub sub can change your whole day for good, never for worse, always for good. It might take you an hour to get the pub sub, but when you get it, It's always going to be good.
He said it's worth the wait, basically.
It is. So we were over there first, and then we bought a house in Seversville. And so for those who don't know Seversville, everyone knows of Wesley Heights. You think of Pinky's area right on the other side of the interstate from Panther Stadium. But the neighborhood right beside it is Seversville. So if you know of Johnson C. Smith, it's going to be right over there.
You over there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. You know, we got ourselves a little spot there a couple years ago, coming up on 2 years.
Wow.
And absolutely love it. Historically black neighborhood. So it's cool to be able to see some of the history and culture that is preserved here.
You ever been on one of the tours? You know,
they
they have like tour buses that go around, man. They tell you about the history and stuff in that area.
I have not. I've just talked to some people. I've gotten to speak to people and ask them, some of the locals who have been here.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me a little bit about the history. And so the area is definitely up and coming. And I think a lot of small businesses are trying to survive here. So we try to do our part. And so part of what we want to do here is kind of highlight some of those businesses who are working to preserve some of the history here. One of these days, we're going to have to get out. They do a food truck Fridays during the summer.
Yeah.
Get a whole bunch of different food trucks.
Yeah,
music
absolutely.
blasting, kids out having fun. We're going to have to get out there for one of those because I feel like that'd be a good way to hear from other people, too.
Summer in Charlotte is the prime time for everything, man. Literally, like you got food trucks, you got vendors, you got all type of
pop-up
shops,
festivals,
vintage markets,
all
that kind of stuff, man. So spring, summer, make sure you're all out for real.
Yeah, I feel like everyone starts to get excited too. Like we're starting coming out February, March, and we're turning the corner and like, oh, we're getting there.
Circle it in my calendar, bro. Legit. Like
what date?
May is prime time.
Oh yeah,
sure. May is always prime time for a lot of things. And you know, the summer literally every week. You even the Whitewater Center.
Whitewater Center it could be a move sometimes.
Yeah, that could be a move sometimes. They got a lot of concerts and stuff that happen. I think it's called Summer Jam or Summer.
Yeah,
like
where they do it on like Fridays and Saturdays,
exactly,
live music.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So live music, that scene, all that kind of stuff is out.
So is that what you're into? What are some things you like the most about the city as a whole, whether it's summer jams or what do you like the most?
Question, man. I think I think the event that I do every year is the what's it called with the lights that go
Shout?
The water lantern festival.
Where is that?
That's literally at the mall, South Park Mall.
A water lantern? Tell me about it.
So the Water Lantern Festival happens every year, sometime in like June, July, around that time. And so I go every year. What they do is you'll sign up. You can do like a little date night thing, right?
Okay.
Get you a little package. They'll give you some cards that you can ask questions with your partner and all that kind of stuff. They give you a little bag with a blanket that you sit on. And then what you do is you get like these crafts, right, to build your water lantern. So you get a little sheet of paper that surrounds the little wooden box, and what you'll do is people come up in the middle, they'll either sing or they'll like talk about what their life has been or lessons they've learned, that kind of thing. Like,
are these planned people, or you just get up by yourself?
You get up by yourself, man,
and just start sharing about your life.
You can share about your life, bro. Legit. It's a legit thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has that gotten weird?
No, I mean I think it's pretty good, man. Like I think people
don't get up there and start oversharing.
Nah, it ain't too crazy. I think that you got some kind of respect, some kind of dignity there. Like it ain't nothing crazy going off the walls.
Okay.
Like that. Because you know that security come quick. They don't be playing no games, like for real.
You have to tell me about the next one. We maybe can go.
Nah, yeah, I think so. But then, like after that, man, you put your lantern on the water, and then we will just sit there and kind of watch them all, like just float in there, and we just it's almost.
You don't
like
take the lantern home.
You do. So that's the thing.
So you gotta find it in the water.
Well, like it doesn't really float that far. You know what I mean? So it just kind of sits in one little place, and then you kind of get it back out, and then you just take it back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What else do you like about the city?
I'm trying to think, man. You know, one thing that I love that you can see visibly from a lot of places, it's the skyline. Man.
Oh yeah, we got a good skyline.
We got a great skyline, and the one place I love going to see it, Camp North End, bro.
Camp North End slept on.
Camp North End is literally where, and they've grown a lot too, man. They've
in
done
the
a
next
lot
couple
of
years. Camp North End is gonna start getting some more.
Yeah,
they're gonna talk about Camp North End like they talk about Noda and
exactly.
like Elizabeth Plaza. It's Camp North End is gonna start getting some more love.
No, legit. I actually started out in there. I used to do film production in that area, like Camp North End, Noda area, that kind of thing. Right. I used to work at a production company over there, and dude, that's where I really got introduced to Camp North End. And they had like Leah and Louise over there. I don't know if you've been there.
I have.
Leah and Louise, the owners. I think they own Uptown York too. Yeah,
You might be right.
yeah. So they have like 3 restaurants.
They're
man.
they're
Like,
doing real good.
They doing some things.
They're
man.
getting some national recognition.
I think
shout out Leah
Colliers,
Louise.
Yeah.
know?
They know what they're doing for real. They put a little extra little spice in that fried chicken. I'm trying to tell you.
This guy.
And then the bartenders too.
They're cool.
You just
they're cool. We
Yeah.
did have a really cool conversation with our bartender
Yeah.
when we went. Like it was cool. Okay, I'm trying to think things I like about the city. I will say this, because Charlotte's a migrant city, the difference in culture that we have here is a lot of fun. I think people hear Charlotte and think like the South, but you have so many people from all across the country that it doesn't feel like South, but like people are kind, but people are also very outgoing and welcoming. Like I have a lot of people who have even visited say, you guys are it seems like it's easy for y'all to make friends. Like you just walk up to people and it's just easy to connect with people. Our biggest friend group here in Charlotte, we met at the pool. During COVID, there was literally nothing for us to do. So we just go to the pool at our apartment complex, met one couple, met another couple. Before you know it, became a whole group. And now we hang out, we do Friendsgiving together, do a whole bunch of stuff.
That's cool, man.
So I think that's one of the things I love about the city is how approachable, that's the word I'm looking for, how approachable people are. Willing to tell you where they're from, things they're into, good spots, always willing to help people out. Another spot that we like to go to, especially as this weather gets nicer, Music Factory.
Oh, yes.
All Music Factory with all the different
yes.
venues, Underground, Fillmore, the amphitheater over there, even the comedy zone over there. That area is just so much fun, and I like being able to just go to different concerts, hang out on the lawn for concerts. Like sometimes lawn seats are better than the actual seats because you just kind of lay out and just kind of catch a vibe there. So that, another thing, you talked about an event that you love. An event that I love is South End Wine and Hops Fest.
Oh yeah,
you know about this, that is one of our go-to. They do it twice a year. They do one in spring and one in fall. And we started going, their first one after COVID was like spring of 21. I think we've missed one since then. Somehow it always works out that we're not traveling, that we're here and available. And our friends know, they're all going to get a text. The Aleutianas are going. Are you in or not? This past one that we had a couple weeks ago, 20-something of us, of our friends, all pulled up.
That's
and it was
wild.
But it's great.
Is that the one where you? So that's the one you pulled up with 20 of them and they out. Ah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
South End Wine and Hops. We talked to them already. They're looking forward to being on the podcast. So I haven't even gotten the chance to hear how they started it, but I'm excited about it. I got to tell them in person this time. I got to meet the people who run and just tell them how much we appreciate it because it's cool. They have different breweries, different restaurants that do cocktails, different wine suppliers, but also different vendors. Altea bought some really cool pants there. They've got really cool hats. But to me, that festival for 4 hours epitomizes to me what Charlotte can be. You got a diverse group of breweries, restaurants, people. I think that's big for me, finding different pockets where you have different people from all over coming together to do stuff that they enjoy. That's one thing that I like about the city. It's getting better. It wasn't like that when I first got here, and you've been here longer, probably speak to that, but I think now Charlotte's getting to a better place where there are events where you see everybody that comes out to hang out.
Yeah, it took some time to cultivate, and then even like when you think about COVID, really shut down a lot of things, and so just rebuilding that too it was a long process in itself, man. So I think Charlotte is getting to be a bigger scene than what people expect. Man. Yeah, legit.
People say like, oh, we're next behind Atlanta. No, I hope we never become Atlanta. That is not the goal here. We don't have the infrastructure for it, but I think all the melting pot of people and all the different cultures and things people like. I have a random question for you. If you had to, what would you say Charlotte is known for? Like, I'm thinking melting pot of stuff. So if you go to Philly, you're going to get a Philly cheesesteak. You know you're going to get a lot of history. You go to Baltimore, you know you're going to get some good crab, some good seafood type stuff. What would you say are Charlotte staples?
That is wild you asked me that question. I've been here for a long time. I really don't even know the answer to that, dude.
So this has come up in like the last 6 months for Altea and I and our friends, and we've narrowed Charlotte down to two things.
Okay.
Breweries on every other corner.
That's true. You got like Wooden Robot next to Whatever the one that's
Hop, like they're
Yeah.
everywhere. They're
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Like we can't even start to. If we started to shout out all the breweries, that'd be the whole episode. So they're everywhere, and it's cool. We started to joke that like, what does your favorite brewery say about your personality? We haven't quite nailed it all down yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
Breweries and chicken sandwiches. There are so many places that have chicken sandwiches in Charlotte.
Didn't one chicken sandwich spot open up on South End?
Like they're all over.
That's crazy.
Boxcar Betty's, Bossy Beulah's, Suffolk Punch Brewery has a chicken sandwich that is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these different restaurants, even Bad Daddy's has a great chicken sandwich.
They do have
the Emilio's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there are so many different like. So we've narrowed it down to that: breweries, chicken sandwiches.
You know what's funny? There used to be a chicken sandwich spot that just closed. I don't want to say the name because it hurts my heart. It closed down. I think sometime last year. And
They're everywhere.
on South End, legit, it was very well known. It was a staple in Charlotte.
Fried chicken or chicken sandwich?
Fried chicken.
Oh yeah. Yep. The Coop.
Not the Coop. It was the what was it called?
It was right there. Yeah,
It was right
by
there.
2 Scoops.
About 2 Scoops. Yeah,
Yep,
literally
yep.
right there.
Yep.
And it's funny because like you can tell like it was starting to go out of business and stuff. But then literally within the last 2 days, line down Camden. The entire
People got
road.
up at 5:00 in the morning to go to this restaurant when they said they were closing. And
It's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if there's any restaurant I'm getting up at 5:00 to go to.
Ain't no way. First of all, they're not even open.
Now I'll take that back. There is one that is coming to Charlotte. If you didn't know, I'm telling you now. Biscuit Belly is coming to Charlotte this year. I took a bourbon trip with some buddies last year to Louisville, Kentucky. Biscuit Belly came up in my research. We went the first day. KJ, they had these things called Bonuts, like biscuit donuts. It's like biscuit dough, like the flakiness of it, but a little
Yeah.
sweet, and it had like a little icing. It was so good. They had a breakfast corn dog. Sounds weird.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
A sausage link, a breakfast sausage link,
wrapped in a pancake.
dipped in pancake batter and fried. When I tell you it was so good, we were there for 2 breakfasts. We went the next morning. They're coming out with the food. The waitress looked at us and says, "Weren't you guys here yesterday?" We said, "Yes, we were." Yes, we were. We were here yesterday.
is
It was so
funny.
good we decided to come back.
Dude, that is hilarious.
So that's coming. But yeah, those are breweries and chicken sandwiches are the 2 things that I think Charlotte is really, really known for. It's not sports, unfortunately. Hopefully it comes around.
Well, yeah. One day, sports scene. Well, let's not say that because we just got our Charlotte FC.
Okay.
So
soccer
that
team.
we made history in last year
Yeah,
with
that's
the
true.
numbers.
Yes, that's
that
true.
kind of thing.
That's
So
true. It's on the up and up.
it's on the up and up.
It's on the up and up.
I think we're doing really good, man.
We'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. But yeah, I think those are things that we've identified. Also, we're a clean city. You go to some of these other big cities, Chicago, New York, Philly, all love. They have deep, rich history that Charlotte doesn't quite have, but the cities are kind of dirty. Charlotte's got a really clean city because it's new. It is very young relative to other cities. And so I think a lot of that comes with we understand better the infrastructure needed to sustain a good, healthy city. And I think the city of Charlotte has done a good job trying to keep that up. One thing I will say when it comes to the history of Charlotte, just because it's not widely known doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So part of what we hope to do, even for ourselves, is to unlock and learn some of the history that makes Charlotte what it was. Like, what was it before all the millennials started moving here?
Yeah.
Like, what was Charlotte in the 90s? What was Charlotte in the 80s? Like, we want to get to kind of know.
And that's also part of the name QC Unleashed, man. Queen City Unleashed. It's because we trying to unlock everything about Charlotte. We want to educate you guys, and we want to educate ourselves too. So at the same time.
Okay, I got a question. We talked about things we liked about the city. What is something that you do not like about the city?
Something I don't like about the city. Man, one thing is that there's a lot of places that I love to go to that are very saturated, man. It's just a lot of people. Like, it's good that you see everybody out and we're all chummy and that kind of thing. You go to Freedom Park.
It's busy.
It's busy.
It's busy.
You want to walk on the track or you want to sit down somewhere, you can't. You can't find nowhere to sit. Sometimes I go in the woods. Just get away from all the people. Cause ain't nobody in the woods.
Play Justin Timberlake's album.
But
Man of the Woods.
Play Justin Bieber.
What does he have to do with the woods?
It ain't got to be nothing to do. You know, one thing I do love that has cover art in the woods. Taylor Swift's album Folklore. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not a Swiftie fan, but Swiftie on that album, you did your thing, girl. Just give you your shouts.
Moving on. Moving on. Thing I do not like in Charlotte. Charlotte drivers. Charlotte has to be one of the worst driving cities in the entire country. And I'm not saying traffic, because traffic is different. LA's got bad traffic. DC's got bad traffic. The drivers. KJ, I know why we have bad drivers, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. Enlighten me,
Because
please.
Charlotte is such a migrant city. Everyone is from somewhere else. If you go to Atlanta, you know what Atlanta traffic is, and you know you have to drive like the people of Atlanta. If you go to New York, you know you have to drive like the people of New York. Because Charlotte is a city full of people who aren't from here, no one knows how to drive. We have no driving culture. So you've got people who merge lanes and don't signal. You got people who signal for 15 minutes before they decide to get over.
That's true. That's true.
You got people who want to care
That's
so much
true.
about what's happening on the other side of the median, and they hold up the traffic in front of them for no reason. You've got people who come from cities where you see police lights and you just completely stop on the interstate. They're off the road. They are out the way, but we have now stopped all of the traffic because we want to look and see what's going on.
Listen, man, I agree. I agree with him, but also at the same time, that's traffic anywhere, y'all.
No, it's not. It's
you
not
go,
the
you
traffic.
go anywhere. You go anywhere. Well, not the traffic, but you got bad drivers everywhere, bro.
No, but
I can
we
go
don't
back.
have a culture. Like, we don't know if we're fast drivers. We don't know if we're slow drivers. We don't know if we're forgiving drivers where we let you come in if you don't signal. We don't know these
But
things.
it's tough though, because Eve, you got to think about how some of these highways are built. Man, you take exit 3C. You know what exit I'm talking about. That's to even get over towards the NODA and all them places.
That's a tough one.
That's
But
exit is terrible.
I think because we don't know what identity we want to have. I'm gonna tell you a funny driving
Not identity
story.
we want to have.
I'm gonna tell you a funny driving story, and to me somehow this epitomizes Charlotte's driving scene. Just makes no sense. I'm on the interstate going. I don't even remember where I'm going. This guy pulls up beside me, going in the same direction, and he just looks over and smiles. And something about it just made me happy. I smiled back and waved, and it was real cool. KJ, I kid you not. He went from smiling, big smile. He just flipped the bird at me and then just zoomed off. When I tell you I was so confused, I literally was just laughing. I said, what just happened? I thought we were having like a beautiful little car neighbor moment. Like,
No,
he
bro.
smiled at me, waved, and then flipped the bird and took off.
That's how you know you ain't paying attention to the whole thing, because he probably was behind you. He probably didn't like how you was driving, and so he drove next to you.
No,
and
I saw him come up from like a different lane.
that's crazy.
And he just smiled at me, and I was like, "Oh, that is so kind to him."
Psychotic. That's what we call that.
it
Because
was the wildest. To me, that's Charlotte drivers. Charlotte driving does not make any sense. So I warn people, when you come to Charlotte, just beware. Our driving,
That's
it feels like it's
crazy.
every man or woman for themselves.
Because it is. I agree with you. I agree. But I love my Charlotte people, man. And I don't blame it on y'all. I know the infrastructure and the highways, the way they built, man, it looks ridiculous. So I ain't going to blame all y'all for that. You know, that's my take.
Okay. What is something underrated about the city? I feel like we might have hit this. Is there something you want to hammer home, like underrated about the city?
Underrated about the city. I think you kind of touched on it, man. I think the scene, like the comedic scene, is something that's overlooked. Like there's places that a lot of people don't go to that I notice. Like even like I know there's a lot of coffee lovers. You know, there's a lot of cafes people don't go to.
Yeah.
There's a cafe called Sumac that's on
that?
South Boulevard.
Okay.
That's over there by
How far down south? South is big.
That's literally across the street. Have you ever been to what's it called? The antique store. Sleepy Poet.
Sleepy Poet, yeah.
Yeah, it is literally somewhere around that area.
Okay.
Yeah, it's near that section of South Boulevard.
I got a funny Sleepy Poet story for you for another time.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, no, it's a whole thing. We'll get into it another time.
Dude, that is hilarious. I think Sumac is an underrated cafe
coffee
spot.
shops. That's a good one.
Yeah, because I know everybody goes to Not Just Coffee,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, Not Just Coffee. You have a great environment. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of other places that I feel like are overlooked for sure.
I don't underrated. I feel like just the access we have to music. This is the first time I've gotten to live in a big city that's got big music venues.
Yeah.
Richmond is great. Richmond doesn't have a lot of big music venues. So if we wanted to go place, you got to go to DC or anything.
No, that's real.
So it is cool to be in a city that has 2 smaller indoor venues, the outdoor amphitheater, Spectrum Center, to be able to go see.
You're a big music guy, anyways, though.
Yeah, I like to just go, and it's not for me. It's not even. I'm not the person that's gonna know word for word every lyric, but it's kind of cool to go show love to someone whose music brings you joy or has gotten you through whatever in life. So, I'm gonna tell you some of the concerts I have coming up. Going to Tori Kelly, big Tori Kelly fan.
Isn't that in October?
No. It's
she got one coming up.
Yeah, she just dropped a whole new album.
Right.
And the tour it's either May or June.
Oh wow. In Charlotte?
Yeah, here.
No way.
Yeah, you can get tickets. It's at Underground. I'm excited about that. My wife and I saw her.
Yeah.
We saw her right before we got. I think it was right before we got engaged, and it was. She was she can sing. Like she can
sing, right? Yeah. She could throw down.
And this album she did with John Bellion. I don't know if you know. And so the production value is so good.
John Bellion is a great producer, bro.
He's
phenomenal.
He's very good.
Dude,
very good.
He slept on.
He's very, very good. So we're seeing her also, and we're gonna get into this at another time. We're seeing Mr. Tallahassee Payne, T-Pain himself here. I am so excited. Something to know about me. I love T-Pain. You want to talk about underrated? T-Pain is underrated. So I'm excited to see him. And then
you got a story to share about that too.
That's another episode.
Yeah. We can't forget about it though. We can't forget about it.
And then there's another artist, Libyanka. She's an Afrobeats. She's fantastic. So we have tickets to go see her. So I'm excited for the warmer months, like getting out to see all these different shows.
Yeah.
I got one more question that we didn't prep. We started this earlier. This is nothing to do with Charlotte, but just so you guys can get to know us. One-hit wonders. Who's your favorite?
Oh, my gosh. Bro, how about you start that one off?
You don't have somebody?
I don't have anybody on the top of my head, man.
Again, this is going to be another few things to know
Actually,
about.
I take that back. I do have one.
Okay.
I have one. He's semi one-hit wonder, whatnot. Because he's still doing music now, and it's not to a scale that it was when his first song.
Okay,
right. This guy, he's under. You don't know anything about him. His name is Breland. He used to be called the Pinpoint God. He used to write songs for like Drake and Chris Brown.
So what's his one hit?
Cross Country. That's the name of his song. So he used to fuse. I think he had a song called My Truck. So like, don't touch my truck. It went bonkers, bro. I'm talking about views on top of views, bro.
I don't know if we're calling that a one-hit wonder. I ain't never heard of it.
What do you mean?
One-hit wonders everyone knows of.
You don't know about this guy?
Shannon, do you know this song?
I feel like
Shannon, that's helping us out today, does not know the song, so we're not going to consider that a one-hit wonder.
That's a one-hit wonder, bro.
Give us another one.
To me, one-hit wonder is if we talk about views and listens. I feel like if it's over like a couple million, bro, that's got to be a one-hit wonder, bro.
Did it make the top 10 on the billboards?
Yes, it did. It made number 1, matter of fact.
On the whole billboard or a certain part of the chart?
Bro, you know what? We're going to actually drop this. We're going to drop this.
Okay.
We are going to drop this. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely top 10.
So I'm going to give you one that everyone knows that actually was a one-hit wonder. And you guys are learning a lot about us in this episode. So nuggets. I like T-Pain. If you didn't know from the name, my family's from Nigeria. Another important nugget. Teach Me How to Dougie is my absolute favorite banger of a song. And they are Cali Swag District. that is a one-hit wonder. They drop the one song and then they all disperse. For better or for worse, we're not going to get into the reasons that the group is no longer together. But Teach Me How to Dougie, I have been out with friends, and some of them know, and for the new ones who didn't know, the song comes on, and I just leave to go do the Dougie and come right back in the middle of a conversation, because there's something about it. That first little beat that comes, doom, 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 my heart knows.
See, I was thinking of actual music while he was thinking of something that had a little dance to it. Which,
No, but it's a song.
It's a song.
Because
but people thinking more about the dance than the song itself.
So here's
Anybody
what,
singing the lyrics like that. People just out there dancing.
So here's why I say that's not fair. One of the arguably the greatest one-hit wonder song. He had a couple other hits, but like he's still lumped in. Soulja Boy, Teach Me, Crank That Soulja Boy.
Okay, Crank That Soulja Boy is that.
Like, and it's a dance too.
Yeah, but like I said, he
the
also got
in the same.
But we said one hit wonders. You just said he had other songs.
I know, but I'm saying people think of Soulja Boy in that category,
right? As one hit wonder,
and it was a dance song.
I
so
give you that.
The Dougie for me is just it's up there. It's up there.
What about Pin Drop? You remember that dance?
The which one?
The Pin Drop.
Yeah, The Pin Drop was more with the jerk.
With the jerk,
that was more
you got
the jerk.
Cat Daddy,
yes.
all that nonsense. Yeah.
No, okay.
No.
Okay.
That's real.
Before we wrap it up, let's talk a little bit about our podcast. What we're going to get into, again, what we're looking forward to talking about, a little more in depth. What are you looking forward to talking about? Is there a specific topic? Is there a certain subset of Charlotte that you're excited to talk about?
Yeah, I think more so just the entertainment and the events that happen, man.
Okay.
There's a lot of events that happen that don't get a lot of shine on.
Yeah.
And so just being able to just kind of share those events with the people, man, I think that's the biggest thing.
Okay.
So that's my take, because, man, I'm a huge art guy. I'm an art guy to then and through, like, legit. So I love going to, whether it's museums or literally art exhibits, that kind of thing, seeing the new technology, all that kind of stuff, man, that's me.
Dude, we're different. I'm not a museum guy. It's not.
Hey,
after about an hour or two, I'm looking for the snacks. So that's just
the concession stand.
Yeah, that's just not me. But no, I get it. One of the things I think I'm looking forward to is really the stories. That's something that I've really gotten to appreciate, is telling stories the right way, or helping people amplify their stories. So some of these small businesses that are around, whether they're selling clothes or whatever, whether it's restaurants, small restaurants, big restaurants. The French restaurant, I got to talk to the chef a little bit.
Yeah.
He takes his craft of being a French chef so seriously.
Got to, yeah.
And I just think that is so cool. And we go into the restaurant and we don't think about the person who's curating this menu. We went to another cocktail bar, and they had an espresso martini flight. Shout out to Ian at Runway, and he was walking us through how he and the other bartender came up with the different drinks. I'm looking forward to getting someone on like that and talking about how did you get into bartending, how did you get into figuring all of this out, and really like showcasing to other people like, hey, these are the people behind making all the things that we all enjoy. And I think I've heard it put this way, appreciating the creator and not just their creation.
Yeah,
and I think we have a lot of really cool creations here in Charlotte. However you want to define creation, but oftentimes you don't get to know the creators behind them. So I want to show love to them.
No, that's true. Just seeing the genesis, how everything kind of started, man, in the beginning. Yeah.
Is there anybody you're excited to from any pockets that, like, specific? You don't have to say names. We can shoot for the sky one day, but any kind of particular group of people that you're like, I really want to talk to someone in this. No?
I think more so, man. Like I said, I love entertainment, man.
Okay.
Like, so I'm looking more of like, don't get me wrong, I love everybody that'll come up here, no matter what, right? I would love to get more into the entertainment industry, where it's like there's musical artists or comedians, that kind of thing. Yeah. I think that's the favorite thing.
I feel like the comedians will be fun.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool, man.
I'm curious if the comedians will think we're funny, but we'll see. I'll be writing some jokes down sometimes.
Yeah, I really think this dude should do stand up, y'all. Like, for real. He keeps saying no, but I'm like, bro, I feel like you got it in you, man.
I have such a respect for the craft, and I am not dedicated enough. You see how long it took us to get this podcast together, so
let's not do that, man. Let's not do that, because timing is everything too. He could have did it 2 years ago, but the timing wouldn't have been right. I
wouldn't have my boy KJ.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have my boy KJ.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah.
No, that's fair. I'm trying to think. Someone, an area I'm excited to talk to. I think some of these random hole in the wall restaurants.
Yeah.
Another one, I think this is one I'm most excited. I've gotten to hear some stories from people who are like historians of Charlotte. I really want to hear from them about their take of how the city's evolving, the changes of it, understanding some of the things that aren't broadcasted, the good and the bad. I think it's healthy for us as a people moving to the city to know what the history of our city is so we can help to preserve some of the rich
No, that's
culture
true.
there.
That's real.
And so I want to talk, that's what I'm looking forward to, talking to people who care so much about the history that they also want to help preserve it. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think we'll be able to find those people.
No, I think we'll have everybody come up, man. We really will.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate the time, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm KJ.
I'm Shade, and this has been Queen City Unleashed. Peace.